Good afternoon, everybody. Calm Biker here. Following Chris, we're going on a magical mystery tour. I know we're going for a cuppa somewhere, but I have no idea where. So I'm just following him. I've been contemplating the CB500X and looking at my garage. I reorganised my garage recently with the intention that I could have an area for working on a bike and also be able to park the other bike in the garage while I was doing it. And that left me with a position where I could have three bikes. Three bikes would fit. But the more I thought about it, the more I was reminded of somebody that I had a chat with a while back. Chris had a longer chat with while he was waiting for me to arrive at a cafe for a meeting point. And he was a chap who had 10 bikes. He'd taken the collection a little bit larger than I would contemplate. And what I was thinking about was, at the moment I probably spend 2 or 3 days a year doing maintenance on each bike. And if I had a third bike, I guess that would take it up, by another 2 or 3 days. Let's call it 3 days, not including washing the bikes and things like that. So you're talking about 9 days worth of work on bikes. The individual jobs don't take that long, Oil and filter is about an hour. Spark plugs and air filter on the Z1000, probably a couple of hours. Probably about double that on this bike because it's such a pain in the backside to get apart. Really is a pain, this one, to get down to the engine. But 9 days, let's say, that's 9 days where I could be riding. And I thought about my current situation, taking holidays out of it. So I've ridden quite a bit recently because I've had 2 weeks off. We're now on Saturday and that 2 weeks is over. Back to work on Monday. So I work full time. So if we talk about weekends, that's really 52 weekends, isn't it? Plus a few weeks of holidays. Only 26 of those weekends I'll be on call, so I'm limited in what I can do. And even working on the bikes when I'm on call is a bit of a nuisance, because if I've got my bike in bits on the driveway, which I'd have to do if I had 3 bikes, and then I get called out and it turns into a job that takes all day, I've got to start faffing about tidying up a bike or bits of a bike into the garage and all that kind of thing. So I think I've come to the decision that I'm not going to buy a third bike. I'm going to stick with just 2. I think the 2 bikes together, I've got quite a good mix anyway, and I think I should just see myself lucky. A lot of people will probably be over the moon to be in a position where they've got a Z1000 that I can go for a blast on, and just a real stupid toy bike that's great fun. I say stupid, I love it. And then as a second bike, something much calmer, much softer, better for Mrs. C on the back, bit of luggage, great for longer days out on back roads and bumpier roads, and just something that's calmer and great for going out and seeing places. So I should just count myself lucky, really. So I'm not going to buy a third bike. That chap with the 10 bikes, he was saying that he spends more time working on them than he does riding them. And I guess if he was in the same boat as me, as let's say 3 days a year, sometimes it's more than 3 days a year if I'm getting the miles in, but I've insured the bikes nowadays for 6,000 miles a year, so it tends to be that I'm servicing them once a year rather than on the mileage limits. And I guess with 10 bikes he'd be the same. But if I was at 10 bikes, that could be 30 days a year of servicing. That would destroy 15 of my 26 free weekends. Yeah, certainly I couldn't go down that path. Maybe in another decade, if I'm retired, I could have 10 bikes. I think at that point you'd have to really be paying somebody else to do the work on them if you actually wanted to enjoy riding them, wouldn't you? I guess if you are retired, suddenly 30 days spent tinkering with bikes has only taken up 1/12 of your year. So, you know, I think it'd take quite a bit of explaining to Mrs. C though why there were 10 bikes in the garage and I still had the same car and it was falling apart. Easingwold. Pretty sure that's where we're going. It's just a quick afternoon ride for us this afternoon. We'd started with the idea of just going for a cuppa, and then Chris said, shall we just dip into York first, where they've got really, really cheap petrol by comparison. I mean, it's not cheap, but by comparison with everywhere else. So I said, shall we pop into Infinity Motorcycles? And I've ended up buying myself a new pair of gloves. Pair of proper summer gloves. They feel like string vests. It's really weird, but I can feel the air flowing through them and it's wonderful. It's the say it's a Saturday today at the end of a week-long heat wave that we've had that apparently made the news all over the world. It has been. I think on the Tuesday it was the hottest day of the year or something, or the hottest ever June day, and then on the Thursday I think it was the hottest ever June day again, and today it's pretty blooming hot. The my old summer gloves, my Alpine Stars, got completely soaking wet and it did something to the leather, so they went in the bin, and I've been wearing a pair of what are supposedly all year gloves. They're no good in winter, but they're brilliant in spring and autumn and most days of summer. But this week done quite a bit of riding, and with the heat and getting sweaty hands, you get to the point where you can barely get your gloves on and off. So, nice pair of string gloves. We must be in a very posh area. Folly Grange, the Hollies. All these houses have names. Must be very posh. I have a very good friend who lives in a house with a name. You're very posh, Pete. You're very posh. Might be a very posh area. It's sort of crap road surface. Oh, here we are in Easingwold. I don't know. I can't see out. So this is the middle of Easingwold. Just trying to work out if the car parking's free or not. Well, we do. I'll just say thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon.